Good evening, fellow punters. Mickey D. Ritchie on Saturday evening about 7:30. Hadn't planned to do a video this evening, but I got a couple of text messages about a couple of running tomorrow. So I was out mowing the lawn and pulling weeds most of the day, well, since 1 o'clock anyway. And took me longer than I thought. Our body and the legs aren't the same as they were, so it takes longer. Um, just I hadn't planned to sing that song yesterday evening, and I had the notes left on the windowsill in the front room. And as I walked by the guitar, I don't know what struck me, and I hadn't played it in about 4 weeks. I just said I have to sing a song. I don't know why that came, but to read some of the comments, particularly the one from Steo in Dublin, that he had lost a friend, a close friend a few days ago, and it cheered him up great, and that he was a fan of Christy Moore, and that's the song I chose. I don't know, is it fate or is it something? I've no idea. But Tony Best as well, he was feeling ill and it cheered him up. And I was out mowing the lawn today, and what I decided I might do from now on is that's a Kerry song done. So there's 32 counties in Ireland. So maybe one a week I might go around and pick a song and learn it off and do a song for each county. And we'll do one for each of the countries as well, England, Scotland, Wales, and some of the outside countries as well. We'll come up with a song relative or something, just as an interest maybe, because there are people that's following the channel that's not totally interested in horses. But it won't be going into a music channel, by the way. Racing tips will be the first love. There was a big crowd on the bus today. Breda King was first on, Stephen Patton in Scotland, Shastri Rao from India was on it, Tony Mack and Richard Grant came together there, Devon Steyn and Patch Lally, Ian Lacey, Biller Casserly was on today, Ronnie McKenna, he mustn't be any relation of Bernie McKenna because he seemed to dislike a banjo, and Bernie was a great banjo player, William Spence, John Collin was wearing his Liverpool scarf, and Dimitri Maximo. I think that's gone into extra time, that match now. And there was a fellow that sent a message yesterday about Stradivarius, and I only seen it afterwards. I began from on a Friday from about 20 to 1 until about 3:30, so I don't have access to the phone when I'm driving. Sometimes I might get a break because some kids might be getting off, but normally not. I forgot to mention Sam Rogue drifted out to 20 to 1 today, and then late money came from it, drawn a bit high, only beaten 7th, beaten 2.5 lengths. Ran on, so you think that the next time they'll probably try it on that ground will be over 6. The first horse, all the money came for, it went off money on. It won't be grown and good to firm, I'd imagine. Again, it had won its maiden in heavy ground in England, so it needs cutting the ground, obviously. And there a while ago, the Miss Jan Moon finished second to the favourite. So there's a couple that interested me tomorrow. The text I got was about Glan being out tomorrow. It's in the 3:30 at Killarney. And it was running well for us in Punchestown, and made a mistake and it fell, or it was pulled up. It's out tomorrow, but there's you know what's going on in that race, because there's the horse there, Golf Marin, that we backed in both in Punchestown as well, and it finished 4th. And I was saying that needed a step up and trip, but I see it's entered next Thursday in Tipperary, so I'd prefer to see that going 2.5 next Thursday. But it's reserved tomorrow, and I see the early money 12s into 13 to 2, bet 365. So they have another one there as well, JP, Celestian Horizon, a 4-year-old. And that needs a step up and trip. That finished second, and it ran a good race the day of the Irish Grand National. I was there that day, and I was saying, yeah, that'll win a race, but it's only a 4-year-old. So Glan is 7 to 2 favourite, but it's 2 miles won, and I thought 2 miles was perfect trip the last day because they didn't stay the previous one at 2-2, but when they're putting it into, it's a slightly lower class race. It's a class B, and it's a good enough race, or good enough horse. Like, you know, she's improving mare, so she might be worth a pint to win, because we had a win on her before. But Golf Marin, if that runs, And they might pull out one of the other ones, I don't know, as a reserve. They're not going to go down from Tony Martin's yard all the way to Killarney just to see the Kerry year, although I believe it's very nice this time of the year. But anyway, Glan a point win because it's in our stable. There's a horse in the 5:15 at Naas, number 11, Coins Cross for Eddie Harty, Declan McDonough. It caught my eye the first time out. It ran in handicap in Leopardstown the 2nd of April, and a fast finish in third. And then it ran in Limerick the last time, and it was blocked in on the rail. It was going well, and then when I got out, it ran on and it finished fourth. There's a race in it. It's down 6 or 7 pounds from its highest mark there last year, and it has won a race. Actually, the favourite in it was 7th in the race, and that was third in Leopardstown. Bale Pop is it for Ger Lines, but it's 13-2 that Coins Cross might be worth a pint each way. And one that caught my eye at Ripon tomorrow is Brilliant Light. It's for Ben Sarur, the boys in blue. He has a great strike rate at Ripon. Well, he was 0 for 3, I think, last year, but he was 3 for 8 one year and he was 4 for 7 another year. So they're sending that up. It's carrying top weight, but it ran last year to 1.5 miles and it just didn't seem to stay the trip. And it's 2 miles tomorrow. So it's 6-1. I thought it might be worth a pint each way and do a small, maybe €2 each way treble with the three of them. There's a couple more running tomorrow that we've backed lately. That Ganapathy was the 13th horse today that won, that we didn't back or tip up next time out, that I tipped in Punchestown. It won a novice chase there I seen in wherever the race was, I forget, my head is in a sieve. But there's a 2 tomorrow, Egrain and Max Flamingo. But Egrain is 9-4 with Paddy Power, and it's 5-4 with Bet365. And Rocky Aboya is 2-1 with Paddy Power, and it's 9-2 with 365. There's a massive variance there. So see how that market develops overnight and see what's the story tomorrow. There is a race in a grade. It's a bit unreliable, but he might do the business tomorrow. But keep an eye on that. And Max Flamingo is rated 144. It's a novice steeplechase tomorrow. So 7th in the Irish Grand National. That should be up to win in that race tomorrow. I think it's 11-10 shot, 5-4, something like that. Anyway, I got to go after finish off the lawn and might go for a few pints later. Mickey D, bash the bookies.